We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts.
Look over there. Riding into town to save the day once again. It's time to round up your pulls and ride to the comic store. Here is your Extreme Hardcore Nerds Weekly Comics Report.
Welcome back, and it is now time to study comics. We talk nothing but comics. We talk everything comics, and it is also that time of the day where we consult our resident comic nerd himself, Gunnar Sipper, as he brings us all the news from pages and panels. So with that having been said, Gunnar, what is new in the world of comics this week? Why can't you?
Okay, we got a lot of news and not a lot of time, so good thing you're listening to this on an iPod or a computer, because you might have to pause and rewind.
Ludicrous speed, go!
Starting off, Ultimate Spider-Man and the TV show coming to Disney XD. There have been new footage, promo clips, and teasers of the first episode. Looks good, the art's great. It's new, but it's in the vein of like a Scott Pilgrim meets Teen Titans, and it looks funny. My favorite part from the promo is Spider-Man and a bunch of his chibi friends disco dancing. Definitely something I'm still looking forward to, and I think this will be my new Teen Titans. Coming with Disney XD, in between their Marvel segment, there will be 5 special Marvel segments, such as Fury Flies, Marvel Mashup, Animated Reality, What Would It Take, and Masterclass. Examples of the Masterclass would be like Joe Quesada giving a behind the scenes of the artistic process behind Marvel's series, along with What Would It Take. That one's more like a glimpse into the science and modern technology required to create the heroes, gadgets, abilities, and technology in real life. More news for you anime fans. A new Lupin the Third anime series coming to Japan in April. Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, is set to debut on April 4th. The series will span 13 episodes, focusing on the character Mine Fujiko.
Will he be able to score?
Oh God, I hope so.
I only hope punching bag from Badge.
On DC's Cartoon Network news, Young Justice has a rumor floating about that Static Shock could be joining the team.
Will it be Teen? Will it be Teen?
I was going to say, let's consult the Static Shock fan in the room.
How am I the Static Shock fan?
You're the one that always talks about this franchise.
Not really.
Oh,
For being a fan of the Static Shock TV show, I hope this happens.
Is it Teen Static, or are they going to make him young just like the rest of the group?
I'm going to...
I mean, just more news to come.
Yeah, they brought in Katana. It's
rumor. It's rumor that he could be joining. Let's just leave it at that, and we'll see as time goes on. For certain fans of the genre, mainly Andy, a new Nicolas Cage movie is possibly coming.
I just love Nicolas Cage is now his own genre.
Yeah. To you, he probably is.
Nicolas Cage comic book heist to become movie at Lionsgate. The studio has picked up Action Number 1, a comedy from writers of Reno 911, creators Robert Ben Garant and Thomas Lennon, about the 2000 theft of Cage's prized Superman comic book.
Never.
The duo is also producing along with Peter Principato and Paul Young. And the character for Cage was written in intent that Cage will be playing himself, but currently it doesn't look like that will actually happen. Jason Statham's name has been thrown around, but nothing is confirmed. And stay tuned. Andy will probably be covering this one.
2 of the greatest things in the known universe being combined on film for all prosperity.
Never have I seen a bigger waste of money since the Akira live action film. I hope yours gets avatared to hell.
As long as they don't say it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan, we're good.
Oh, I got a few petitions to write then.
Moving on.
Okay, Marvel teases something called Infinite Comics. Not really sure what this is. They were kind of making it pretty mysterious, but it sounds like they're trying to bring print and digital formats closer together, bringing readers to comics that are
2 pages digital.
Yeah,
pages
Joe Quesada just mumbling things and cryptic
Blank
tweets.
page.
Every other
The
page is
page
just an LCD screen with that page on it.
That would be great.
Well, but when you said Infinity, the first thing I thought of was, oh, are they bringing back the Infinity Gauntlet?
I was
thing
so
again?
hoping that every page would just have a little Infinity Gauntlet in the corner of it somewhere.
I'm like, is that where this is going? Continue.
Hopping over to DC real quick. Animal Man and Swamp Thing will have an intertwined epic mythology of horror and monster fantasy.
Have you been reading that stuff?
I've been waiting for Swamp Thing in trade. Animal Man really didn't impress me, but I am dying to get my hands on Swamp Thing.
Yeah, they say that.
Those are two trades I'll be having my eye on, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a crossover in the regular series or if this is going to be a crossover in like its own crossover book.
I don't know. A lot of books are supposedly crossing over in their own specific series. Supposedly, everything from Batman is supposed to cross into the Night of Owls.
Yeah,
Court of Owls, I'm sorry. But
I believe-
have yet to see that for two people.
I believe it will be the Dead World crossover event this August.
Okay.
Well, I know they've been announced that they're going that route, that these two are going to
cross.
to cross for a while now. And just they haven't given us a date or an issue of when it was going to happen.
Yeah, it sounds like August. Swamp Thing number 7 also has what Snyder's calling the beginning of the battle against the Rot. It's a story that is building towards this summer's crossover with Animal Man titled Dead World.
Okay.
So, it will be a crossover event. Keeping going, jumping over to a smaller label, Life with Archie confronts more controversial stories with breast cancer in Cheryl Blossom's story.
Okay.
Not just Archie being Archie, confronting more relevant controversial issues.
Is he also going to take on, I don't know, teen sexuality problems next too?
I think that's...
Prom night dumpster babies.
I mean, we just had Occupy gay marriage. So I mean, we're just
Gay marriage, interracial kids and marriage, and then you got that crossover with Josie and the Pussycats, and then you had Kiss just invade.
Go
figure. Once Gene Simmons is anywhere near something, it goes totally to hell and gets freaked out.
The gender bender one.
Yep.
Speaking of controversial issues, Young Avengers: The Children's Crusade number 9 had a special moment as Hulkling and Wiccan share their first kiss.
This magic moment.
How big is Hulk?
That was a nice touch, Andy.
This magic
Yes.
Yeah, it
moment.
was.
Bum, 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 bum,
I believe one of them proposed to the other.
I don't know. I've been reading anything that has to deal with that.
I was going to say, the only Hulk love I know is Betty Ross, and if you read Old Man Logan, that goes in a totally different way.
Totally dark. Way. Very dark.
Anyways, yes, Marvel is also becoming more and more progressive as two male characters have shared a kiss, and apparently it was a very good issue. I am not reading Young Avengers myself, but for you fans out there, I'm sure it was a special moment for you. Hopping back over to DC, I'm going to toss this one over to Andrew real quick with the Shazamm news.
Captain Marvel
Hey!
has a new...
Use the new name, damn it!
Hey, just like the park at MOA is always going to be Camp Snoopy to me, Shazam is always going to be Captain Marvel.
And how come the Marvel Universe isn't always 616 to you? Zing!
Oh.
Hey, Ultimate is good too.
Anyway, so Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever the hell you want to call him these days, I should say whatever the hell Jeff Johns wants to call him these days, now it has a hoodie.
What's it look like? Is it...
Based...
I That's what I'm
Okay,
going. I didn't
it
see the
looks
image.
like
If you remember the look of War and Darkstalkers or Darksiders, yes, it's
like
exactly
that.
that. You've got the emblems that come over and that are on the chest plate, and you've got the hood that's just attached to his cape. That's it.
it kind of looks like Moon Knight meets Static Shock.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, does he have the Static Shock kind of hoodie?
Yep.
That's not bad, but is it always so dark that it's just the eyes of glowing?
Yeah,
and
you
then
can just see
no
his
face?
eyes glowing and a little
Okay.
bit of facial feature. That's about it. At
See,
least from the
it's
teaser.
funny because the old one, he looks like heroic and just and stuff.
I
And the
know.
new one, he just looks like, I don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
anything.
I was gonna say the moment you put the hoodie on, it just makes you seem extremely dark and just you turn into Batman wannabe at that point.
But now, I was going to say, I know they've already announced that with the new 52 that Billy Batson's getting a new kind of, or they're
Continuity.
revamping the origin story and the continuity and everything like that. It's, I mean, how much farther are they going to take this?
I'm wondering if they'll have all of his family still. They'll have Mary and all of that.
As of right now, no.
No.
He is the only one.
Makes me wonder, are they going to change Black Adam as well? And will he have to get a name change?
Well,
Is
that's
it too
not,
difficult?
that's just it. We don't even know Black Adam's
Let me see.
here.
It'd be too difficult to try and rewrite out a villain like that. One of his only big ones.
His only villain.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, there's that. It's,
I was going to say, how far have they even started? When
No,
are they supposed to start this?
I think
anyway?
Shazam will be making his post 52 premiere in Justice League number 7.
Okay,
So next issue.
next issue. Oh, I only hope
Speaking-
he's still a child. Go ahead.
He's gonna be.
Speaking of DC monthlies, Marvel still taking the top sales for February, even though DC has the top 10 monthly releases. I don't understand how this works,
World is
but
just
Marvel
weird.
has them beat by almost 7%.
as you once said to me at a date long ago, flawed system.
Currently ranking, Marvel's holding strong, DC 7% behind, and then Jurassic dropping our independent lovers, IDW holding strong at 6.66%, following by Image Comics, Dark Horse, Dynamite, Boom, and then slowly leading into other depressing places.
Only.
Not mentioning Archie Comics with a lonely 1.03%.
not enough.
Apparently controversial is not enough to sell issues.
That was enough. enough
Top
to
10
bring
comic
up
books
Starfire.
for February were Justice League number 6, Batman number 6, Action Comics number 6. Rest of the list is just all DC number 6s. And top 10 graphic novels, top 3 were Batman Gates of Gotham, Fantastic Four Season 1, Uncanny X-Force Volume 2, and then more DC and a couple Walking Dead thrown in there.
Just can't beat them.
So,
No,
It's gonna take a while. Kirkman's on the fucking.
Kirkman.
There we go. Gotta
I
poop.
so hope he's at C2E2 in a month. Oh,
for you comic book fans not buying comics, we know your next best alternative is action figures. The Dark Knight Rises 6-inch Mattel's movie Masters were just announced. And for those who have been waiting for this day, you can finally get Alfred.
yes.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be a fucking hot ticket item that's gonna go really fast.
Oh yeah.
Shit. We might have to fucking pre-order.
There
some
will
of them.
also be Batman, Bane, and Catwoman, but seriously, who cares?
It's
I
all
want
Alfred. Fuck that.
I would not mind getting the Catwoman one.
I might want Bane,
I
Of
don't know
course
if
you'd
I
want
don't know
the
if I want
Catwoman
Bane.
one.
depending on which one
Yeah.
it is. Classic Bane or new current Bane?
While we're talking about Batman and our gender-friendly allies, some sad news coming from DC. Amy Render has confirmed that she will no longer be drawing Batwoman as of issue number 9 to 11.
So is she
Shre-
just taking those 3 months, those 3 issues,
issues?
or is she off the project totally?
I don't No. Trevor McCarthy will handle those issues for now, and
Oh no, what's
I
she
believe
doing?
she was just I don't know. She had real creative differences, and she just doesn't want anything to do with it anymore.
Okay, so
I
it
don't
sounds like
know.
she's leaving.
Sounds
the
she's
project.
leaving the project. Really? I mean, I didn't hear any controversy about where it was going.
No, as far as like the art design stuff and the drawing, Batwoman's well received in that.
Yeah, I
category.
mean, her art was great, and what's his name? H.G. Williams was doing an awesome job with all the inking.
Yeah.
I don't know what did they say anything about what controversy was sparking this? I mean, who's writing again? It was
I believe
No,
who's
Gil's
writing
back.
it right now? I think she might be having problems with
H.G.
him.
Williams doing writing as well.
Yep.
What's up, Gunnar?
Who's writing Batwoman?
I
Right
think
now?
I
it was
want to say
H.G. Williams.
it's Williams.
I thought it was
yeah.
Williams was doing inking and he was doing writing. I thought.
I think Williams is taking a break
He's
right
taking
now,
a
and
break,
he's
though,
not
right now.
coming back till issue 12.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the problem. That could be why she's taking a break from the project for
Could
a
it
bit.
be because it could
She
be
just
because she
doesn't
doesn't want
like
to work
where
with the new
where that
people are?
yeah. It might be. I mean, if it specifically states those 3 or 4 issues, I mean, that's enough time to just do a little art quick and then have them return to set up either the Court of Owls stuff or where you gonna go from there.
And well, so far they haven't even pushed under the Court of Owls. Batman's shown up
Once.
twice.
Okay.
Once to threaten her and once to ask her, ask her to join. That's
Yep.
it. But nothing else since. So, yeah. I mean, I noticed the change in the art design only from last issue, but nothing so far in the way the story was being going. So, wow. I mean, just literally almost one issue of one guy leaving, and then the artist just decides to drop ship for a while.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this.
Yeah, I need to find out where that came into, if it was that bad. They just that much headbutting that fast.
See, I'm not sure. It's all saying, like, it came up on her Facebook page, her personal Facebook page,
Yeah.
where she's somebody asked, "Why aren't you doing the penciling for issues 9 to 11?" And she says, I know, you found out about it pretty much as soon as it went final 2. It's definitely regrettable. Some real creative differences were going on to the point that it became untenable." So,
I mean, this is
I-
Static Shock thing all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
Except on, like,
much
big book.
much faster.
stay tuned because, I mean,
Yeah, we'll keep an
it's
eye
saying
on that
9 to
one.
11, but then Bob, I'm probably going to butcher this, Bob Harris,
Okay.
Okay.
the editor-in-chief, stated on DC's blog that Amy Reeder's contribution to Batwoman has been a beautiful transition from JH's first story arc, and that McCarthy will have to bring his A-game to maintain those standards.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen whether McCarthy will remain a permanent member of Batwoman's rotating art team with Williams.
He's got a lot to ride on.
Yeah.
Because if that artwork isn't great, that book is going to drop fast for me.
So, I'm going to say stay tuned and keep an eye on this one. We'll have to see once we find out more what Reader's going to do and when these issues come out.
Okay.
All right.
In more Batman art-related news, Ed Bennies will be filling in for artist Tony Daniels for issue 10 to 12 of Detective Comics, and Daniels will continue to write the series and return to drawing
Good.
it with issue 13.
Fucking good. The man cannot do both. It's not his fucking strong suit, and I don't know why no one just beats him into that.
I'm not disagreeing here.
I know.
In other news, hopping back over to Marvel real quick, we had this mentioned a little bit ago about Spider-Man coming in June 2012. A little more information is leaked on this one. They sent out a new teaser graphic, and it will be a new comic, Spider-Man #1, We don't know if this is going to be a one-shot, mini-series, whatever it's going to be. All we know is that Brian Michael Bendis, Sarah Pichelli, Justin Ponzor, and Jim Cheung are all working on this project. The graphic came with this note. This June, history will be made for the Marvel Universe.
So the writer and artist from Superman, from the Ultimate series,
all
Peter
the
Parker's
people,
back.
all the people from the Ultimate series are working on this.
Now.
and
I'm calling it right
Jim
now.
Chung is. What's the artist's name on Wonder Woman again? Something Chung? Lee Chung? Chung? I thought it might. I totally thought it was the same guy too.
Yeah, I'm thinking the guy from Chew. All of a sudden.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
See,
Stop doing that.
That is not that.
I know it's not that.
That would be.
I
wrong.
honestly don't know if this is actually going to be Peter Parker returning. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I'm not completely excluding that because that's always a possibility with Marvel. But from the standpoint that Ultimate Universe has had, they have, like, the reason Ultimate Universe still exists is because of Brian Michael Bendis and Ultimate Spider-Man. So they really do give him full control of the series and what everything is going on. So I think we could either be looking at a crossover with the 616 universe and the regular Amazing Spider-Man. We could also be looking at possibly Miles running into some of the Scarlet Spiders.
Yeah.
I was going to say that too.
I would rather see Miles run into Scarlet Spider.
I can definitely see that being a possibility.
There's your Peter Parker return. Peter's clone.
But
is it Ben Reilly? Is that Scarlet Spider?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben's writing Scarlet Spider as well.
Especially with that series just launching too. I think that would be a really powerful crossover. You got your whole new Spider-Man and Ultimate series and a whole new Spider-Man World series started. I think that is what I'm leaning to most likely, is a Scarlet Spider Ultimate Spider-Man crossover.
And then Spider-Woman shows up.
But I'm just
Everything
saying,
goes to hell.
it just fits so perfectly now that you've got Miles as established as he is, and you're setting up this big event, and it's Spider-Man, and it's Bendis, and we all know death in comic books.
But that doesn't mean the same thing in death in this.
No, I understand. I understand that. I'm just saying, I'm putting myself out there. Me, myself, I'm calling it right now. It's the return of Peter Parker.
That would be so weak. There would be no purpose in having Peter return, and you've got someone who already took his mantle.
Think of it where we are right now. We just finished our first story arc, and that was entirely setting up Miles. Now we're entering our second story arc where he's going to have his first fight. I just think it's too soon. Yes, this is coming out in June, where to that point we'll have probably the second arc. But still, two arcs and they're going to cut this already. If Parker comes back, the only thing I could possibly see happening is that he'll come back, he'll be his mentor, but he will not be Spider-Man anymore because of what happened.
And I would be perfectly fine with that. I really would.
I'd be okay.
You've got him entering the Uncle Ben mentor role now, and you have a brand new Spider-Man who can do a little bit more in Miles or whatever the case may be. I would be perfectly fine with that.
I was going to make more of the reference to more like Batman Beyond, where Bruce
is super old.
Yeah,
It's not he doesn't want to. He can't do it.
And now you have Terry doing it. Yeah.
I'm just saying like that kind of thing where Peter would be like the Bruce kind of character where he was there, he'd done it, and now he's going to teach and mentor the new younger guy.
What happened to the rumor that Mary Jane and Aunt May were going to be his mentors? Did that just fall out?
I haven't picked up the new issue yet. I believe there was something that happened in there. I know so far what's happened in Ultimate Universe is the Avengers had gotten a hold of him.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman was pissed about it, and she brought him to Fury. And they are kind of keeping an eye on him, but they were like, we're not letting what happened with Peter happen again. They gave him the new costume, and they're just keeping an eye on him right now.
Yeah. I do remember them going. I do remember hearing about them giving Nick Fury basically giving him a talk and stuff. But other than that, I really thought I remember because you brought that rumor up to me that Aunt May, and Jane would tutor him, basically mentor him. But I don't know what happened.
What we've seen so far, they've been the inspiration for him, really. But like I said, I haven't been able to run over the comic book store in a while, so I haven't picked up anything recently. I believe something was supposed to happen in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, over to quick movie news real quick. Images of the Lone Ranger have surfaced.
Nice.
As, is it Army Hammer?
Is he?
Yes, it is so funny to see it.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Army Hammer will be playing as the Masked Crusader, and Johnny Depp as Tonto.
Wow,
as soon as I looked at that picture, I'm like, that doesn't look like Johnny Depp, and I got the full, the teaser picture, and then I pull up the full picture, and I'm like, oh my God, he's Tonto. This is going to be too funny.
Well, there's a whole new line of shirts Hot Topic will be selling.
Just remember what he kind of looked like in Pirates 2? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, no, not kinda.
Exactly the
not
same.
Kinda. It looks like they just took that and then put it on there.
Exactly the goddamn same. They just said, put this wig back on and we'll put a hat on you.
Yep.
Brilliant. We're done.
Yeah. It's Pirates of the Caribbean with a crow on his head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many face palms I'm going to be able to do in this day without hurting myself.
All right. Anything else then that we need to know for this week?
Few more quick stories. Back over to Marvel real quick. I'll run through these real quick. Astonishing X-Men number 51, June 2012. Save the date. Wedding will be happening. No indication of what is going to happen or who it's with, but they're just teasing it right now. DC side real quick. DC gets launches their new website with more look at before Watchmen.
They just made their website more streamlined.
Okay.
Yeah. Nickelodeon shells out the first images of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show with release of what Shredder, the Krang, Splinter, April, and the Turtles look like.
The Krang.
Not just Krang
He's
anymore.
just Krang.
He's the
Krang. God, no one gets that right anymore. I swear to God. Not you. I'm just saying.
But you just said no one.
With money and
finally
power. Go ahead.
Leaving off on my two biggest stories of the week. Unfortunately, we had two deaths in the comic industry. First off was Sheldon Moldoff, someone who helped create Poison Ivy, Clayface, Batmite.
Some of our most beloved villains.
Yep.
Yeah, so unfortunately he passed away earlier this week. And unfortunately, more recently, I believe in the last few days, Jean Mobius Gerard, I'm going to butcher this, Gerard?
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm bad at names. Forgive me. Recently passed away. Very, very influential artist and in science fiction. One of his biggest works was Silver Surfer Parable. I'm bad at words today.
Parabola?
I don't think... Is it P-A-R-A-B-L-E? Is that Parabola?
Parabola, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So, fortunately, we lost two great artists.
Bummer.
So, with that being said, I'm going to throw the reins over to Andy to clean up comic news.
Just have a couple things to hit quick this week. A couple of them coming from Comixology, and that being that they are releasing a Jonathan Hickman Creator Creone digital omnibus for $35. And now that Comixology has hit 50 million digital copies sold. Also, ending off with the DC news this week. You had to screw me up. I was going so good. DC showed off Jim Lee's 52 art, and of course the new 52 cover, and that is with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Pandora all on the cover. And Pandora is holding this very interesting marked 9mm gun. So with the end of with the end of the Justice League where they are right now, you're going to get a short little glimpse into Pandora, how she is explained into the universe, and I believe this issue is the one that they're releasing on Free Comic Book Day. So that means that we will be there at opening, because I'm not missing out on this.
We with an asterisk.
We have to be there on opening?
I'm going to be there in line when the doors unlock.
So which one are we going for first then?
Source?
Want to go to the farthest one?
No, I'd
The
say,
source will be really busy.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that's also the biggest one.
But I was gonna say, what about Mind's Eye?
That can be number 2. It's the closest next to it, and then the other one is the Uncle one in Bloomington, because the least one that I know is smallest is the Shinders, and that's the closest one to us.
I'd say we could get Shinders. I honestly, for this one, I'd say we go straight to Mind's Eye. Kick off there.
You want to kick off at Mind's Eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'd say the Source just because they will have deals.
The Source, I would say let's hit up afterwards, just because I mean they'll have deals on issues
Everything.
and yeah
Everything they'll have a deal.
But
there.
we don't have to. I don't have to start.
The crowd.
Yeah, Hulk smashing everyone to get to the counter to
But
make sure I get an
kinda
issue.
Want that to happen.
I understand that,
Why
but
don't you let me have my fun?
But you understand, I still have to spend more time in St. Paul that evening. But enough about our personal lives. That does bring comic news to a close for this week. So make sure you stay with us as we have our review of Street Fighter X Tekken, and of course the big review of Mass Effect 3 coming up in just a little bit. So make sure you stay with us as we will be right back.